going on, guys? My name is Doug. Welcome to the channel if you're new. Welcome back if you're not new. I'm very happy to see you guys here again today as we dive into the deluxe version of Lil Baby's album, My Turn. Now, I made a video on this one. It wasn't a first reaction. It was just a playthrough of my favorite tracks off of the project, the original project. Still a very dope video, very enjoyable project for the most part. I think I gave it like a 6.5, maybe a 7, something like that. It was thoroughly enjoyable, really good album. Definitely think that Lil Baby is the best baby in the rap game, better than DaBaby, better than all the other babies. And so yeah, you could say that I'm pretty excited to be getting into these 6 new tracks. You know, needless to say, after that introduction that I just gave, I'm expecting these to be good. I'm expecting these to be enjoyable, at least for the most part. You know, if we can get 4 out of 6 to be enjoyable, I'd say it's a solid deluxe project. So with that said, I guess the only thing that I'm going to be plugging here is the Patreon. It's how I kind of crowdsource all of the ideas that I have for the channel so that I can execute them. And so if you feel like supporting the channel and supporting these ideas and the content, in a way that really helps me to execute those ideas and to post videos as often as possible, then the Patreon or a membership on the channel would be the way to do it. And if not, if you don't feel like that, that's okay. You can always subscribe, follow the social media, like and share the videos. You know, all that also really helps. And so, yeah, I guess with the plugs out of the way, thank you so much to my patrons. You guys make all these videos possible. And let's be jumping into this My Turn Deluxe project. The first track on the Deluxe album is Social Distancing. Appropriate. The production on this project, the original, hits.
I told her to fly and she's scared of the virus. I sent her a private to get her.
You know, I'm sorry for already pausing it, but it's always interesting that you can already tell that the track is about to hit and have a specific, like, really special bounce to it by the melodies before the drums actually come in. Because even to the melodies, there is already a bounce there to the arpeggiation and the little melodies going on in the background. There's already kind of a bounce that you already know the song is going to have once the drums actually hit. And so all that's left for the producer to do is really just have solid sound choice in order to make the beat really, really hit the way that we want it to, you know? So that's really interesting. Like, from these melodies, you already know this beat's gonna bounce, and I like it already. Yeah.
My hands on the chopper, I'm keeping my eyes in the review. I'm from Atlanta, wavy gorillas. I know a few. I can buy me a nigga.
Hey, what?
My social distancing. Man, these niggas can't touch me, I can't get sick. Excuse for me to pour a medicine. Talk about money, I swear I've been saving up.
Let's go. That's on the playlist. This hook with those piano melodies going on in the background and his flow, it's just so good, man. So good. Awesome melodies, great catchy hook, awesome performance from Lil Baby, some very catchy melodies that he sings. You know, the verses are very fire, the production hits the way that we want it to. It's a super solid track, and he kept it nice and short. That's a hit, you know, I like that. That made it onto the playlist, and it's yeah, I guess it's a hit in that it's not a miss. So next track is All In.
Never thought about doing music. I was trying to build my phone up, contact full of drug abuse. I be at James Harden house, I'm all in Houston in the mix. I'm talking about spare time in New York, I'm about business. Ran around that lamb truck, I wrecked this bitch, it ain't renting. Giving out my response everywhere. She calling more friends, might be in front of y'all. I should've knew you was gonna wreck the day you told me.
You know, I'm thinking that the intro to the second verse is probably my favorite part here because his flow kind of feels like it fits with the vibe of the actual production a little better. In terms of the rest of the song, you know, it sounds good and his bars are hitting and the production's really nice, but I just feel like he's trying to say too much at once. You know, the production, I think, kind of calls for a more laid-back performance, kind of just like a wavier verse, and it feels a little wordy. It feels like he's trying to say too much all at once, and it sounds like he's trying to out-rap the tempo of, like, the beat itself, you know? So it just doesn't feel like it. I feel like for his verse, he should have chosen another beat, or for this beat, he should have gone with a different kind of flow for his verse, you know what I mean? Taking it a little slower, a little bit more relaxed, because this beat kind of has that, like, wavy, laid-back, you know, feel-good vibe to it. So I think that probably could have fit a little bit better, you know, if he had executed that a little bit better. But it's not bad, you know, it's not a bad track. I wouldn't say it's a miss necessarily. Like, I probably wouldn't skip it if it came on. It's just okay. Next track is Low Down.
Go to lunch in the Jewish community. I won't tell on the bros for the immunity. Paying feed them, that shit ain't gonna run. Wife me keeping no door to this floor. I'm young and I'm turned, I got bitches galore. My baby mom
Let's go.
I'm tired of these strippers, I'm going at nurses and doctors and dentists. You she trying to leave me, I'm low down. I ain't with savages, don't bring the whole round. I can stop a trust, I get the money, ain't wait like an octopus. Nowhere in hell, I'm gonna give all these choppers up. Kept getting out ready.
Love the flow switch up here. It's got super dark production, really nice, like heavy bounce to it. Really confident flow and performance from Lil Baby. You know, really switching up his flow towards that second verse. And I think it's just really nice that he approached it from two different kind of ways, two different flows, to keep us invested in it, keep us interested in it. It's also a really quick track, so it's really just nice, quick banger that he gave us, and that we can move on to the next one. So yeah, that's a really dope track. I like that one. I think everything was just working really well together. It was just really well executed there. Humble is next. This is gonna hit different.
Told Scotty to speed it up, you ain't driving this Daisy. Rolls Royce truck plus, yeah, you really wanna have a daughter just so I can spot her. Maybe look at women different. Father God, forgive. Remember that shit vividly. I do this shit for y'all. I'm not looking for no sympathy. Won't cry about no loss. If I was the richest runner in Georgia on my mama.
Okay, so the beat hit way slower than I thought it was going to be. But that's not a problem in and of itself. Something about it sounds off key, and I don't know whether it's the 808 or whether it's Lil Baby's actual auto tune. Something sounds like it might be a bit flat, you know. I haven't heard it with headphones on, and my speaker doesn't have great bass, so it might be that. It's making the 808 come off as like a little distorted or off key, but something about it sounds like it's not in tune, and it really bothers me, you know, because he's saying some real stuff. And he's kind of given us like a really emotional, like passionate performance, and he's talking about some real stuff, but it's just not coming off sounding very good because of that. Something in the melodies just doesn't sound like it's fitting very well, you know. So yeah, that one just doesn't sound good in my opinion. Next track is Get Money.
Run them Bentley up behind me. Know what's in my cup. Doing 90 in a 35. Like all they got in the shopping. Every other day is something fake. I'm ducking paparazzi. He ain't send it back to get a newer version. Calling on with the stars and they got the captain seas in the back. I went up, get money, get money.
The chorus is a miss. The verse was dope.
That's what my booking phone like I'm trapping. He was a rapper, yeah, but he capping. I took my show.
Yeah, so I could have done without that last chorus to play us out, because I think that the chorus is the weakest part of this track. I think that he could have just left it off completely. You know, made the track a few bars shorter and then just given us straight bars all the way through. It's a good song. It's not one of my favorites, but it's okay. You know, it's not bad. Better than that last track, but not as good as like Social Distancing, for example. You know what I mean? Not terrible. The last track is We Paid featuring 42 Doug.
Like reason I don't really like that shit. Young turn they can't wipe no bitch. Excuse my French, don't like no bitch. Still up at my last few nights in the hood. Take food chain, no bitch not good. Probably in some fast.
I used to dream about getting out, got it on dry. Had a spot like a varsity. What do you have? You got 20 off for us. Turn a 5 to a dime, that's a double up. Fuck around, walking church on my double cut. This shit that happen on drag. Give me some street, got it back in the pickup. I won't even leave, run it up, fuck around, get the vet.
Yeah, you know, this one gets kind of boring a little bit into it, because 42 Doug's performance is okay. It's not terrible. The layering of his vocals sounds a little weird. I think that the background vocals should be a little bit quieter so that it's not so overwhelming. This production is very minimalistic. There isn't too much going on. And so part of the reason that it gets a little repetitive and tedious towards the middle of it, from the middle onwards basically, is that Lil Baby kind of gives us a very monotone performance over a very simple beat, and kind of gets old real quick, you know. So it's not a terrible track again, but I think I would skip this one. So out of the 6 new songs that we got 2 that I really enjoyed that I put on my playlist, which I believe were Social Distancing and Low Down. We got an okay track that is, you can like listen to it. You don't have to necessarily skip it, with Get Money. I believe All In was in that same vein, where it's okay. You don't necessarily have to skip it. It's not great. And then, you know, we got 2 tracks that are just kind of really underwhelming, Humble and We Paid. So I'd say overall, like out of 6 tracks, we got 4 for that we can listen to and be okay with it. So I'm happy with the way this deluxe version turned out, for sure. It's not great, but it's good. It's not bad. So I feel like that was kind of my opinion of the album as a whole as well, is that it's not the best album. It's not this incredible body of work, but it's very solid. So seriously, not a bad position to be in, especially for somebody as young as Lil Baby. Maybe he'll evolve and really progress into something special as the years go by. So very excited to see how that turns out. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Be sure to support the channel any way that you see fit. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section about this deluxe version. Background noise is crazy, bro. I will be back in another video very soon. Until then, stay safe. Peace out.